Good morning. It's a bit bright, sorry, I can't see very well. Thumbs up for the new hat, got it yesterday. Made of wool and it's handmade. Here's the Vestrahorn. It was a bit nicer earlier. It has cleared, but it's gone a bit cloudy and a bit hazy really. I was down here shooting, I just set up to do some vlogging, and warning, there's a massive rain coming. My stupid Canon 6D stopped working. I've had two go like this, or I've had problems with one in the past. This one stopped. I know someone else has had one go from the water. I think it maybe got a bit too much water on it a few days ago. I don't know, it's been working fine. The LCD screen's gone and none of the back buttons work. I can't preview any images. Can't use the live view. So that's really annoying. I've got it all kind of in the sun now, see if it'll dry out and do anything. So Canon, sort your act together. Annoyed. I've got the 7D with me anyway, the spare camera I use for wildlife. It's a bit noisy, it's an old camera, it's from like 2009, it's not going to be as good images, but at least it's a camera. Also, this thing was a nightmare to get in the frame even with a 16mm on the 6D, which is full frame. Now I'm on a crop, I'm going to be probably getting about, I don't know, whatever that works out, 21mm or something. So I might not fit it in now, annoyingly. I did get one or two reflection shots on it, but I wasn't quite happy because there's still a bit of the Vestrahorn that wasn't in the reflection, and I was just getting further into the water to get rid of it when it packed up. Basically, the only way I can see to get the reflection shot is you've got to use the water, as you can see it now on the phone actually. You've got to use the water from the sea, but because it's such a flat beach, it's a nightmare because the water won't come in for a while, and then suddenly it'll rush in and just absolutely drench you. So you're going to kind of run out while it's like this, set up, quickly shoot, quickly pick up the camera and then run back if you get wet. There's a few dunes up there. I've tried doing a few shots from the dunes, which I'll probably do a bit more in a minute. And you see I'm having to walk all the way back now just for one wave, the first one. Yeah, the dune shots, they're okay. It's a bit of a nightmare though finding a nice composition. There's so many, and it's just trying to set up something that works really. There's a lot of people that have been walking over them as well, so there's a lot of footprints in them now. Lots of haze on the Vestrahorn, so definitely a polarizer in this shot, definitely needed. I'm trying to do long exposures as well with my 10 stop, just so I can take out some of the ripples in the water, just to try and kind of smooth it and get as nice reflections as I can. So I'm going to be doing that now, so I can't vlog it because I'm going to be running out of the water, and hopefully be able to get it in with this camera. If not, I might have to try and do a panoramic stitch, but I think if I'm doing 20-second long exposures with the tide coming in, I don't know if I have time if I go run back out. So I'll put this down, I'll get shooting. Right, I've got some noodles to eat now, so I've calmed down from the rage earlier. I couldn't get it to work though with the crop camera. I had to do about 4 pano stitches, and I just couldn't get the last one kind of done in time before I was getting drenched. Got the camera on the heater, so you can probably hear the fans going. It's quite hot in here, so I'm trying to dry it out. I don't think it's that wet anyway, to be honest, but I'll give it a try, but I might be able to get it to work. It was still functioning with the settings on the top, so I might be able to dial in some settings by using the viewfinder, sorry, without using the live view. I just won't be able to preview anything, so I might still go down there with it anyway, just to try and get some more reflection shots, because it's just impossible, almost impossible to do them on the 7D. So yeah, really frustrating. Hopefully it will start working again, but kind of mid-trip, it's a bit annoying, especially for a photography holiday. Yeah, so I'm probably just going to have to see if I can get on with the 7D really. When I came to Iceland, I thought a lot of the shots would be tele-focus shots, but there's a lot of stuff you need wide angles here for, to be honest, and I think that's the main issue I'm going to find, is just losing that extra millimetre of range really. If it wasn't for filters, I could use a 14mm lens and it'd probably be alright, but I think you need filters. I might have to start doing some HDRs or something like that with a 14mm lens on or something like that to get by. Right, I was all doom and gloom. I've come back out. I've had the camera in the heaters for about half an hour, and it's come back to life. Got all the buttons working again, and I can see the image on the back screen, and immediately I can notice a difference. I can fit it in the frame. It's a lot better. So really happy now. Thank God it's working. I'm not guaranteeing it's going to work forever, but it's working at the minute. I'm doing a long exposure now of this, all these dunes here from the top, and just looking up to the Vestrahorn. Actually really liking how it's come out. There's nice colour to it. There's nice light on the dunes now, nice light on the grasses, and even though it is well past sunrise, it's quite harsh to the light, it's coming out really nicely. So nothing too fancy. I've got no polarizer on there anymore. You don't really need it. There's enough light behind us now lighting it up. There's no haze to really take out, and because the sun's right behind it, it's not going to be at an angle that a polarizer works at anyway. It's got to be kind of be more 90 degrees to it, like we had earlier. Simply shooting at f/18, or f/16, sorry, ISO 50, and that's giving me a 30-second exposure, which is plenty. That's all that's needed. There's a lot of movement in the cloud, so you don't really need any more than that. I might get out the shutter release cable and do a really long exposure, but it's a bit too windy, and I think that will probably not come out very well. It's important when you're doing stuff like this and it's windy to shelter the camera. So if you've got a big coat on like this, undo the coat and kind of try and shield it as best you can from the wind. That's the best way you've got of stabilising your shot when you're doing it in windy conditions. Obviously, apart from having your tripod kind of set up properly. So yeah, that image is in the bag. I'll go around and yeah, try and get some more compositions. Now I'm quite happy I can try and get the reflection shots to work again. I want to try and do a long exposure with a reflection. Should work now. Don't have to do panos anymore. I won't vlog it down there just because it's going to be too annoying, like I said earlier about rushing in and out of the water. But I'll stick the images up at the end of all of this. Sorry it's a bit long-winded, this bit of the vlog. It's just been a bit of a nightmare of stuff going wrong and things like that. Stick all the images up now. I promise this is the last bit from this point, and I'll head my way around and make my way around the island, and I'll catch up with you a bit later. Tell you what, it's amazing what you come across beside the road here. There's another quite cool waterfall down there. I don't know what it's called. I'm not going to stop my sat nav to look at the map and find out, because the mobile signal here is terrible and I know it won't redo the route. Yeah, going to go down there, see what we can get. Looks quite cool from here. I think it's going to be quite nice when you get up close to it. Whether it's going to be as good as the major tourist ones or not, time will soon tell. But it's like there's quite a lot of flow in it, so I'll catch up with you down there, see what we can get. Right, I'm down at the falls. I'm not mega happy with the composition I've got of it, to be honest. So I'm going to try a few different angles. I'm not going to vlog down here too much because I'm very aware that it's going to make the video, the vlog very, very long, by giving it loads of locations. I'll try and get a few different compositions of it which I like more. But I don't want to get too close because I don't want to end up with another wet camera that's potentially going to break. So I'm going to play it a bit safe at this location. There is actually some really nice colours here. There's some nice blues. I mean, you can see them in the water behind me here. And they're coming out quite nicely at the bottom of the waterfall. The only problem is they're getting hidden mostly by the white kind of froth. So I've got a polarizer on the lens. And I'll flip off a little clip now. You can see the difference it makes by turning that polarizer on and off. I'm only going for about half a second image. I don't want to blow it out too much. The problem is, because there's a lot of mist off the bottom of the falls, by doing a longer exposure than that, I'm finding that all this kind of mist and water vapour and stuff is just kind of clouding out the bottom of it and not really looking very pleasing. It's a cool place. I mean, lovely backdrop. It probably looked quite cool from the top if I was to go up there looking down into the gorge, but I'm not sure if I will. I've really got time. I've got to try and make tracks. But yeah, it's definitely a cool place. It's just a matter of trying to get a composition that kind of works with it a bit better, really. So yeah, I'm shooting about ISO. Well, I'm varying the aperture to kind of control the speed, and yeah, an aperture of f10, that's giving me 0.4 seconds at ISO 100, so that's about what I'm going to be shooting at, to be honest. I'm not going to get too close, so I can get away with the 24 to 105 lens on. I haven't got to go to the wide angle. That's about it, really. Yeah, nice little thing to kind of stop by. After this, I've got about 20 kilometres of this kind of dodgy gravel road, I think, up through the this kind of pass, which with a big sign said it's not accessible in the winter. So hopefully we're into the summer enough to get up there. Might be some more cool things on the way. If there is, I'll stop by and show you them. If not, I'm not sure what I've got planned for sunset. Really, I'm not going to make it to Selfoss or any of the waterfalls, the more touristy ones further up in the north. So it's just going to be, if I find something on the way, really, I'll kind of stop off. So I might see you then at a location. I'll catch up with you in a bit. Right, it's been one of those days today, really. That last falls that you saw, if I pull up, so I'm out of breath and walking up a hill. I went and broke my 10 stop and my soft grad filter. The camera fell over and they smashed. I suppose at least it didn't break the lens. I spent most of the day after that really trying to work out a way of trying to get some replacements, whether I could get them from Amazon or get them delivered. There's a guy on Facebook on landscape photography on YouTube group was saying you can sometimes get them sent over, but I couldn't work out how to do it. I've got the hard grab which I can push down for a weekend D. That's the only thing I've really got now, and the polarizer always takes out a bit of light. So I spent all that time. I've not really got to any decent locations really. I mean, it's actually quite a nice sunrise tonight, or sunset. Should I say if I pan you up? I'll get it to expose. I've just not really found any locations on the drive. I've seen this waterfall though. It's not signpost or anything. You've got to walk across this kind of field to get to it. It's a bit different though. Hopefully get some compositions. Luckily, because it's quite dark now, I don't really need to use ND filters. I can just do a high aperture. That'll give me the shutter speed I need, so at least I can get away without having a filter anymore. Yeah, cool fall again. I mean, they're absolutely everywhere in Iceland, but I suppose at least you're guaranteed to come across one. Anyway, I'll set up, stop yammering on, and see what images we can get.